All right, the light is almost we're almost at the end of the tunnel. Finally,
The light of
prince.
hope is
Yay.
shining.
So, all right. The prince has become even more of a paradox than he should be, but let's just ignore because the game is almost over. So,
Yeah.
Sooner the
like,
game's over, the better.
I have seen people liking this game for the combat and everything, and okay, I can see to some degree why they can be like that. But the problem to me is that there are people who actually like the story itself, and with these kind of plot holes, I'm sorry, I have to disagree on that.
Like, seriously, this isn't... Okay, this isn't even like Sonic Adventure 2 nostalgia where, yeah, the game had a lot of plot holes, but the overall story was still enjoyable. This story isn't even enjoyable. I mean, there's no...
Mostly also Jova because there's barely anything in it. There are selective cutscenes and the prince doesn't talk throughout like 70% of the journey.
You know, having a mute protagonist doesn't always make stuff better, just saying.
That's the problem, Jova. He's not even mute. He's
He barely speaks.
Talks a few times.
because he's the edge. Oh, anyway, there you go. Look at the panels. There were some panels that were illuminated, others don't, and now the cutscene will repropose similar to before, including with the same dialogue.
Oh yeah, that's right, because as far as she knows, he's the same
He
prince.
doesn't know.
Even though you'd think that because she's the goddess who created time, she'd have something of an idea that something's off, but I guess not.
Also, that clipping.
Also, doesn't
Time travel is bullshit.
does this mean that the Haka's gonna show up to chase him again at some point?
Well, we don't know.
Because that's what happened last time.
Okay.
So that happened.
No. We just need to follow her again, and then we'll trigger the cutscene that will make things happen, just like before. But because this time the prince has actually a plan on how to do things. Remember?
Oh, okay, maybe this might actually be. Oh God, her
No,
her
Jova,
sleeves were
no,
clipping through her body.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Jova. This game has gone beyond the point where you should use your positivity. Abandon all hope.
You enter here.
Yeah.
Oh, so now
realize
you want to
it-
talk?
Strategy, prince.
I realize it's your thing, Jova, but it's gone beyond that.
Why?
She calls him out immediately on
That's
this.
the plan. Also, throwing away your
Unfortunately, it
blades was
doesn't
not.
work. So you think,
That's
oh,
just brilliant.
Yeah, just talk her like this.
So
Like,
she knew the.
I understand the prince trying to talk to her and everything before, but the problem is he did such a bad job at it. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna rush through the portal that, mind you, the Empress doesn't know for some reason.
You know,
How about not harming each other? Is that a big of a deal?
like, okay.
Oh, and also, yeah, pay attention to this. There you go. He dodge and then jumps and pushes her into the portal. Watch what happens.
She dies.
There you go. There you go. Did you see that?
Then.
What just
Wait,
happened?
what?
Wait, her eyes! Her eyes!
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's Unity. It's
Okay,
literally.
let's see that again.
Wow.
Okay, with a bit of close, please. Okay, the model dissolving is relatively fine, but look at that. Her eyes stay
Oh my God!
behind.
Some of the particles in her eyes stayed behind. Okay.
I seriously think this game possessed by Satan.
Okay. Now, for context, Assassin's Creed
Playing
Unity.
the edginess.
Okay, for context, Assassin's Creed Unity has this really stupid glitch where constantly you'll see the inside of players' skulls, like seriously, with nothing
Yeah.
but the lips and eyes showing.
The teeth and everything, yeah.
I'm not quite sure this is worse than Unity, but we are officially at Unity level.
So what we need to do now is to, we travel back to the present. So essentially now we need to reach the platform, the giant platform was in that big area, the one where we fought the Griffin. And then we'll have the final boss fight with Kaileena.
You know, if she's the Empress, shouldn't she be able to manipulate time so she can just go back into the past?
Apparently not. Don't ask.
In fact, where even is she? Like, did she just run off?
She just ran to the platform, as we will see in a second.
Also, the reason that stuff is wrecked is because she was killed, so, shouldn't it still be looking fine? Even Oh,
I
she's
have
not
no
dead.
idea, Jova. Again, the plot gave up a long time ago on justifying the time timey-wimey shenanigans.
Yeah.
Well, at least we don't have any
Maybe
annoying
it's
mooks.
honestly, to me, it's more sad than angering at this point.
Like, what happened? You really...
Because honestly, then again, starting with the two fronts, the series started picking up again slowly, mind you. The reboot wasn't that spectacular, but at least it still had meat around to his bones anyway. Monica,
Why do you have...
Of course you have a choice. You could, like, not do it.
Not just that, put everyone, both of you, put down your blades, sit down and talk, like Capaldi would say.
Oh, wait, hold on. Now she has that warping ability? Where did that... I don't think she's ever used that before.
Because this is the boss fight, final boss fight, Joel. We need to hype things up.
You're the goddess. Why didn't she do that when he was trying to push her in? Like, just...
Also, trust me, Jova, it gets much more annoying because after essentially, the fight is scripted as such. She loses a bit of health, then a mini cutscene happens where they talk a bit more with each other.
And then one wing get angled
again, and she implements a new attack into the equation. Like, for example, right now.
What reason do you have to be fighting him, girl? Like, he's literally put his weapon down. This isn't like Assassin's Creed where he has a hidden blade or something.
Also,
overlap.
Interlapsing, yeah.
I'm sorry. Did her motivation
literally...
Now
she uses this very annoying attack where she conjures these tornadoes at you, where you need to constantly dodge them and just wait for them to disappear. You cannot do anything else but just dodge, roll, move around, like you're a fucking hamster in a cage. This is fun, am I right?
So, what you're telling me, Ter, is that after all that, you're still just a radnik?
Honestly, I will take the final boss of Zythieves in time. Yes, it was a complete QTE, but at least I was accomplishing something.
So, and also, you're telling me that she didn't even do this during their initial battle in the past, like...
Yeah, there she actually summoned some minions, and that was it.
Here she can do all this, where she's practically invulnerable.
Yeah, and by the way, her pattern is also very erratic in a sense that from now on, she can start doing a combo and then immediately after do the tornado attack. So you're literally having sequences where you're forced to sit down your ass, well, not sit down your ass, but to constantly dodge without any possibility of actually counter-attacking. That's fun, am I right?
And by the looks of how little you're depleting her health by, she seems to be a damage sponge. Like, seriously, there are some times when you hit her even when time is slowed down, yet either no health or little health is taken.
Oh, but trust me, Jova, thanks to whatever parasite has infested... Sorry, my console... there you go. Now, for some reason, I'm supposed to get a clash, but since I activated my powers earlier, I can do this.
Wow.
Hold on. Technically, I should have killed her because...
Wait, how is she still alive?
Yeah, I reduced her life bar to 0. Okay.
And she's still fighting.
But yeah, at this point I'm reasoning, okay, I just need to hit her one more time and it's over because...
Where'd the music go?
Yeah, the music just stops. Jova, trust me, we're not at the worst part yet.
We're not? I mean...
No, it's literally the calm before the storm.
Wow. The music fails on a boss fight. Boss doesn't die even though...
Do you know how jarring it is for me to play this on a TV?
I can imagine.
Okay, can you do it now, Princess, Empress thing? Yeah, the problem is this is the ambiental music.
Wait, hold on. Was a cutscene supposed to happen?
Okay,
and that's why
she does it immediately again.
Question to you. Did you like somehow skip a cutscene because you did that game-breaking thing, and that's why we have a completely different music track?
Remember what I told you? Yeah, I supposed to like chip her health until like with 2/3 or anything, and each of them correspond to a cutscene. But since I done her to the every single bit of her life bar, I essentially broke the game.
The music's gone again.
not just that, Jova. Now I say, oh, I'm reasoning. Oh, I just need to hit her one more time. I get a cutscene, I guess, and then it should be over. So let's see.
Come on down.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Wow, that line read.
And she just disappears.
She's gone into the void.
And let me guess, you're trapped
Trust me,
here.
this is pure confusion on my part.
Let me
This
guess.
thing did not happen in my first run.
Let me guess, you're trapped here, so now you have to refight the boss.
Yes, I have to die.
Well, Prince, I guess you did have to die.
Yes, Joel. I just got to the port when I kill her because I'm getting a serious headache.
Not just that, like...
Wow, that was almost artistic of how terrible that was.
Also, he clearly smiled when he impaled her on his sword. That's a very nice touch.
Yourself, it seems, my prince. But still, I become sad. There will be others like the Maharaja.
What's a Maharaja?
Remember the guy who got the hourglass and triggered the events of
The
Oh.
Indian equivalent of
a king, yeah.
Why do you want vengeance against him?
And
Well-
now CGI ending.
Wait,
Because for some reason the
Well,
dark
that
is
was
clear.
expected.
At least the sound design is fine for this.
Robin, you want to try waiting that line one more time?
Also, the Dahaka in CGI looks horrible.
Did he record this while he was learning to voice act or something?
wait,
So-
what?
In a very convenient way, since there you go, the Dahaka one essentially corrects the paradox because the biggest paradox here is Kaileena. So
So
now
basically,
it's over. So
ba-
now that Kaileena is dead and the sands are not being created, the Dahaka has no reason anymore to follow the prince. But the problem is, since the sands are not being created, the Dahaka also has not been created. So he only needs to absorb the last of the sands, the one contained in Persia's medallion. Remember the one that the prince had on his chest. And this triggers a paradox that actually functions and makes the Dahaka implode.
and this still is not the worst it can be.
Well, in terms of glitches, we're done, Jova, but here's the problem. This is, and it's a
It seems like the
goes
end.
after this, you can ignore this because this is the bad ending.
Wait,
There are
what?
multiple endings in this game.
This is the
remember those,
bad ending?
Assassin's Creed.
Remember those charming sequences where I needed to get a gauntlet in order to get a life bar extension?
Oh no.
I need to get all of them in order to get the real ending.
We're pulling a Tintin Destination Adventure.
No,
Really?
not just that, Jova. Sorry, Pedro. Not just that. Let's say 70% of them are can be permanently lost if you're careless. So you
That's
need
just
to go,
brilliant.
and some of them are also very hidden. So essentially, what you need to do is to know where to go and guess where they are and get there at the exact same time, precise timing.
So
And
you're telling
all
me
of these to get the better ending.
and the
like-
bad end. And you know what's sad? The bad ending's really only a bad ending because the village is being burned. And I'm sorry, I have no idea.
That's the Princetown, Babylonia.
Because they totally reminded us about that. Otherwise, I'm like, eh. I mean,
But to be fair, that's actually a better representation of the game. The titular country that this place is supposed to be taking out, Persia, burn aflame, and the prince just looking at it.
and then he says, "What have I done?" I get the feeling that's what the dev team probably thought when this game was out. What have we
Anyway,
done?
We'll see. The last part that will be after this will be essentially me showcasing the major difference that happens when I get all the health upgrades and the real ending. So I'll see you for that.
Okay.